We're here at Joe Gibbs Racing in Huntersville, North Carolina. Chances are you're familiar with all the excitement that happens on the track during a NASCAR race. But are you familiar with everything that happens behind the scenes? We came here to get an in-depth look at everything it takes to build a winner. We're here with Mark Bringle of Joe Gibbs Racing to talk about some of the exciting things they have going on here at their manufacturing facility. How are you today, Mark?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Penny. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
So give us the breakdown about how many employees do you have here?
Yeah, Joe Gibbs Racing is, we got about 450 employees right now. We got 10 different race teams. We got 3 on the Cup division, 3 nationwide, 2 in our minor league type deal, and then 2 in the motocross teams.
Yeah, so give us a breakdown of everything that you do here, kind of start to finish.
Well, everything starts out, the reason we got a major buildup of manufacturing here is for 3 reasons. We try to keep things proprietary. We have a really quick turnaround time, and then the quality. Whenever you got a driver going around the track at 200 miles an hour, you really got a life in your hands there. So the quality is a big deal here. We employ 47 engineers that are constantly coming up with new ideas. And once they come up with a great idea, it's going to give us a competitive advantage for that weekend. We want to be able to give it to the car as quickly as possible. So a lot of times we can turn those around in a couple of days versus a couple of weeks using traditional manufacturing methods.
So what's going on behind us here?
Right now, these guys, we're working 27 CNC machines, 2 shifts a day. We're manufacturing some 900 different parts and pieces that are either going in the motor, the shocks, the race cars, the chassis. So this is a very busy room.
Now give us a breakdown, start to finish, of how a car is built here.
Okay. We start out with the design, obviously. We do a lot of simulation, FEA, CFD here. Once the analytical part of the design is done, it goes to the chassis room. We build the chassis. From there, we got about 8 days in the chassis. It makes its way down to the fab room. It takes about 7 to 8 days to hang a body of a car. And then it makes its way to our paint and body shop where obviously they paint the car and put the decals on it for that weekend. And then the car goes out on our setup floor where you got just a lot of talented mechanics that jump on that car, and they put all the wiring in the car, all the spindles, the fuel cells, everything that it takes to make that car go around the track. From start to finish, you got about 3.5 weeks in the building of a race car.
How does it give you a competitive advantage to have something like this?
Well, one thing, quick turnaround time, like I mentioned. This is a very competitive series. At some of the tracks, the last place car to the first place car in qualifying is less than 1/2 of a second. So every little coating, every little tenth plays a big part in the performance of the race car.
So I understand that Joe Gibbs Racing has had a presence at IMTS over the years. Who are you going to be sending in 2012?
This year we're going to have Kyle Busch. He'll be visiting the Doosan booth for a couple hours, and also the Siemens PLM booth. We also have Brian Scott there at the Doosan booth as well, and then we'll have Joey Logano. He'll be paying the Mitsubishi folks a visit their booth.
Very exciting. All right. Yes. We're here with Joey Logano, driver of the number 20 Home Depot Dollar General Toyota Camry. How are you today, Joey?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So give us a little bit of your background, your history in racing.
For me, I started at a really young age, like most guys do in the Sprint Cup Series these days. I started when I was 6 in Connecticut, running quarter midgets, and ran those for a while, then moved to Georgia, ran Legends cars and late models and Pro Cup cars, a lot of different cars. The big deal for me is I was always the youngest moving up to the next level, and it was always a big deal for me to race against people that were better than me to help my learning curve a lot. So when I was 15, Joe Gibbs Racing signed me, and I've been here ever since.
All right, so how does it make you feel as a driver that your car is handled start to finish here?
It's huge, you know, it's something really cool to see that, you know, building the chassis, the bodies, everything in our race car is built right here. Everything down to the rear end housings, everything. So it's impressive to see that all in one shop, and you can really keep your hands on everything. You know, there's no one to blame but ourselves if something goes wrong. So you really keep your hands on it and really see what's going on.
Now, I understand you will be making an appearance at IMTS. Can you tell us about that?
I will be, yeah. Come check me out. I'll be at the Mitsubishi booth there. So come check me out. I'll be signing autographs and stuff like that.
That's great. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you.
So how long have you been involved in racing?
I've been involved in racing since 2003, and I got started when I was in college with the Formula SAE program and have enjoyed it ever since.
So explain to us a little bit about what you do here.
Okay. I design the parts that go on the race cars. We use many different design tools and simulation tools to try and produce the best parts and manufacture most of them in-house.
What advantage does that have to have everything here?
We are able to turn around parts very quickly. We can go from a conceptual design to a prototype to actually implementing them on the car within a matter of a week or 2 weeks if we need to.
Break down your job for us. What is it exactly that you do?
Yeah, I'm the crew chief or the team leader for the 18 Cup car, the M&M's Toyota Camry. You know, I'm blessed. I get to work with a lot of talented people, and I tell people I'm the puzzle assembler. I have a lot of great puzzle makers underneath me. They bring all the good parts to me. I put them together and hopefully put a good race car on the racetrack.
What are the advantages to having all of this in-house for what you do?
Well, the only thing that's constant in NASCAR is change. You think about it, we break track records every year. People are always going faster. So it's great to be at the racetrack and come up with an idea, or NASCAR comes up with a new rule. You can pick up the phone, talk to your design engineers. They can start designing parts immediately, and before you even get back from the weekend's event, CNC's cutting chips, making parts.
All right, so why do you think maybe young people should consider manufacturing as a career?
Well, I think to me, manufacturing is the backbone of America. I mean, we've always been great inventors. We've always been able to design things and build things. And you know, you come to a shop like this and see what we can do, what we can make. And you know, I started working with Mark Bringle 14 years ago, and he told me, if you can design it, I can make it. And with the CNC equipment we have today, you can make anything. And it's so exciting to have a thought, be able to put it on paper, and then turn it out into a manufactured piece. That's exciting.
Do you have any advice for maybe young people who are looking to break into this?
Well, nowadays I would recommend doing the trade school route, because we've hired some interns from a local community college here, and I can see how much further along they are coming in, even for a first job, than I ever was back in the day. So I would definitely do the trade school route, and because you learn so much more, and you have a working knowledge when you come in a running machine shop like Joe Gibbs, and that's what I would do.
So what exactly do you do here?
I'm a machinist. I'm one of 15 or so in here. I work on a CNC turning center. We have 6 of them in our shop, and me and the other guys, we just rotate from one machine to another as needed. And I've been doing this ever since '82. So.
That's great.
Yeah, we try to, I'm not anything official title-wise, but I'm kind of the go-to guy for the interns and the other fellows. I'll show them what I know, and they'll come to me with any questions they may have, and we all help each other out, and I feel like that's the best way to do it, you know. Lots of times in the old days, guys would try to keep information away from each other rather than share it, but we don't do that here. We try to keep everybody up to pace. Technology's changing so much. You cannot keep information quiet. You've got to pass it along, and that's the only way these guys can learn at that young age, you know.
From design and engineering to manufacturing to taking a car actually out on the track, now you've got a little bit of taste of what it takes to build a winner. And you can see some of this technology firsthand, along with a few of Joe Gibbs' drivers at IMTS 2012. Not to mention, you can also see the Local Motors Rally Fighter being built live right on the show floor. We'll see you in Victory Lane.